Nidavellir. So I was watching a video recently on red pill rage, and there was a lady talking about red pill rage. It's kind of funny because it seems like a lot of the stuff that RP content creators were talking about is starting to come to fruition. You're starting to get female content creators coming in, aka they call them chameleons. Women coming in trying to essentially give a message to the men about their suffering. I take it as a joke, right? I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to have a woman come in and make money off of misery, right? That's OnlyFans. With OnlyFans, you got women making money off of male loneliness, essentially, is what that is. And not just OnlyFans, but even like prostitution and pretty much every facet of that could be utilized and exploited from the female body to the male, the male pocketbook, right? So aside from that, Nidavellir, um, I did a video called Nidavellir, and I believe the idea of it was channeling anger and creating something from that, almost like using a dying star, using the power of a dying star in order to forge yourself into a great weapon, right? So this is way more constructive than just going into rage mode and causing a lot of issues, ending up behind bars, that kind of thing. Since most of the world doesn't really seem to really bat an eye at like male issues specifically, and it also doesn't seem to value men unless they attain a certain level of status. So the men who don't really have status are basically superfluous for the most part. And I've felt that myself. I've felt the superfluousness of being me in outward society, right? But then I've also felt the pain and the suffering that comes with rejection from females, in weird ways too. There's little subtle things, like I've had women ask me like what kind of job that I do or something like that, and I tell them my job, and it's like a passive or slow kind of like rejection. Um, I've noticed, I want to spin it and say that, oh, you take the anger and you make it this good thing. Listen, I'm not telling you to be nice to anyone or something like that, but I think you can. I think there is something actually to sublimating the anger and the frustration that comes with being a man and having difficulty in life, and actually putting that anger and that frustration and putting it towards something that you want to accomplish. I think it actually is important. It's valid. So you can take it even the greatest lengths of anger, right? Because a lot of times men try to bottle up their anger, or they don't want to fully express it because they want people to feel safe around them. But one of the things I've noticed is that with men that are safe, perceived as um, they're not really perceived as men. They're more like perceived like harmless dogs, right? And that's even worse in my opinion. Yeah, but if you are angry and you are going through red pill rage, and you're just now realizing the true aspects of female nature. You're realizing a lot of other, maybe even things about yourself. Maybe you have insecurities about your height. You're not really all that muscular. You don't get a lot of attention. You don't like your job. Take the anger that you have. That anger it's good in my opinion. As long as it's not causing harm, I think it's actually good, and you can use it as an engine. I'm not telling you to be just nice to people because, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Being nice to people is overrated, and most people don't value it. They perceive themselves as being better than you when you're nice to them as well. So that's another thing. But that's a whole other topic. Nidavellir.